the impression is there's more pressure on the talk and text side of the fence.
Well, that's right, because there has been a momentum shift. And if you go back to the series, nagkaroon po ng momentum shift back in game number 3. Nawala si Ryan Reyes, was not able to play for talk and text, and then major adjustments in positioning and starting lineups by Coach Ato Agustin. Daniel Defonso starting in the middle, and I think he's a much better matchup against Ranidel de Ocampo than a Dorian Peña, who's not going to be as mobile going up against Ranidel de Ocampo. Paul Artadi starting at point guard. Alex Cabagnot coming off the bench. Cabagnot not playing exclusively at point guard, also playing the two-guard position, getting a lot of opportunities to score and to dish off. So a lot of major adjustments on the part of Coach Ato Agustin that generated the momentum shift, which San Miguel took in game number 4. Now we're in game number 5. Very, very crucial, because whichever team wins tonight is going to take a twice-to-beat advantage moving into game number 6.
No, you talk about adjustment. Parang hindi naman masyado nag-adjust. Ito si Jay Washington seems to be very steady dito sa ating series. Maybe outside of game number 1 kung saan nag-cramp siya, but that was an out-of-town game. Maybe treated as an exception, but he has been exceptional, especially in the 2 wins of the San Miguel Beermen.
Well, in particular, game number 4. Yeah, 25 points. That's his high in this series in 41 minutes. And you're talking of a player who's really going full throttle and playing over 40 minutes in one particular game, a game that San Miguel felt they needed to win. That was game number 4, because if they had lost that one, then they would have gone down 1-3. Ito makikita natin stats ni Jay Washington, averaging over 17 a game. He's doing it all. He's a player who creates a lot of mismatches because he attacks from the outside. He can post up. His versatility, phenomenal. He's outstanding. And plus, he gives you that kind of feeling that when you go to him for a shot, you know, chances are he's gonna make that shot.
Ngayon, kung si Jay Washington po is a picture of efficiency para sa San Miguel, si Ryan Reyes naman po is an example of inspiration para dito sa Talk and Text, and really for all PBA fans who must appreciate the kind of effort that Ryan Reyes is giving given his personal family situation.
I'll tell you, with Ryan Reyes, it's all about courage. And the fact that he came out strong in game number 4, coming in from the US just in the morning of that game, delivering 14 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. I mean, during that game, he suffered cramps, came back, and you saw that magnificent putback. And that was it, the closing minutes of the ball game. And Ryan Reyes has really given it his all. He's playing over 100% potential for Talk and Text, and he is truly an inspiration. Really, not just for Talk and Text, but for all basketball fans. That if you wear your heart in your sleeve and you go out there, you play with courage, you play with tenacity and intensity, you're gonna get the job done.
Nagluluksa po yung mama na yan, but he's not letting it be a hindrance. Hindi po niya ginagamit na excuse para hindi maglaro o para hindi maglaro ng maganda in the series. Jet lag or no jet lag, sadness or no sadness, he's going to go all out as he has in this series. Kaya nga, we're going all out na kasi dinsmis na tayo eh.
Okay.
So all out na tayo. Okay, ready? I'm ready. You're ready? Let's go, Kirito.
Okay, for Talk and Text, pag-uusapan natin, it's about jumping the gun. In other words, don't wait till the late stages of the game to put on your surge. Start it from the very, very beginning. And that's what happened in game number 1. Naunahan sila ng San Miguel. They've got to jump the gun on the Beermen. They've got to room the boards because that triggers their fast break. That triggers also the attention that the big men draw from the defense of San Miguel. They've got to be aggressive from the outset, meaning to say, no settling on jump shots. They've got to go strong to the hole and get to the line. Finally, they've got to deny the crunch man. Alex Cabagnot. He's the guy who gets things done. 9 points, but more importantly, 7 assists. Scintillating passes in game number 4. Alex Cabagnot is the guy who sets up the table for San Miguel. He's the man Talk and Text needs to stop.
It's not just about he's the crunch man.
All right. He crunches those numbers.
Oh, nakakagutom. Hey, San Miguel naman tayo. Ano ang kailangan gawin ng San Miguel if they want to sustain that momentum that they have right now?
Well, as Coach Tim Cohn said, what has turned the tide here for San Miguel is their defense. In other words, they've got to keep cracking that whip. And they need to protect the interior, meaning to say no penetrations, no layups, no second chance attempts. And all of those things put together means they've got to clog the lane and they've got to put pressure on the backcourt of Talk and Text. Bait for the mousetrap. What does that mean? Well, we all know the mighty mouse is Jimmy Alapad. You bait him to do things that he doesn't want to do. Make him shoot a lot. Don't make him pass. Make him take the jump shot. Don't make him penetrate. And of course, if you're Coach Otto Agustin, you need to be one step ahead of Coach Joe Reyes, especially in dictating the matchup. And that's very key since the turnaround in game number 5. Or rather, game number 3.
Okay, natural lamang na pag pregame, no, we single out individuals, but Kinito, you want to single out Arwin Santos for a very particular reason, and we're going to look at Arwin's numbers here. So why is the Spider-Man special for game number 5?
You know, we've talked about Cabagnoto, we've talked about Jay Washington, but the Spider-Man has really turned things around for San Miguel, particularly in games number 3 and 4. And we want to be able to say what he has done to his offensive game that has made a difference. And we've got a graphic that we specially prepared for you to illustrate this point. And you see in games number 1 and 2, you see he was averaging 13.5 points. But a big turnaround in 3 and 4, he's averaging 19 points. Why? Because he's taking a lot more two-point attempts. As you see, 5.5 up to 10 attempts from two-point distance. He's playing closer to the basket. He gets a lot of mismatches now going for him, even against Jaron Dillinger. You also take a look at his free throw attempts. Dumami din because he's closer to the basket, so he's going to get fouled more. If he's taking shots from the outside, especially three-pointers, they're not going to foul it. But if he comes close to the basket, then he can take advantage of his length, his jumping ability, and his height. Then you have Arwin Santos contributing quality minutes for San Miguel. And we also know that he had 42 minutes in game number 4. Very crucial for San Miguel.
Okay, babalikan po natin ang ating second panel situated at courtside, Patricia, and of course, our special guest analyst, Coach Tim Cohn of the Alaska Aces. Well, you mentioned, Quirito, about the minutes of the San Miguel key players. Coach Tim, should Otto Agustin be concerned about the minutes of guys like Don Tiberos, Arwin Santos, Jay Washington, and especially his veterans like Olsen and Danny Ai? Is the time spent on the floor a major concern?
No, I don't think so at this point. It's game 5. I think you think about more about that in game 6 and 7. You know, Arwin didn't play a lot of minutes early. Now he's playing heavy minutes, as Quinito said. He was the missing guy that Otto was looking for, and he found him. So Arwin is back in it. So I think they're doing well. I think Coach Otto is finding the right combinations out there right now and using his veterans to relieve his starters.
Well, Coach Tim, just want to ask you a question about Alex Cabagnon. I mean, we call him the crunch man. He's been able to deliver those key clutch baskets. He's been able to make those eye-of-the-needle passes. What does Talking Tex need to do to be able to match up against him well? Maybe a Ryan Reyes on him when he plays number 1, or even if he plays number 2. What do you think?
That's good. That's a good question. You know, the problem is that you have Don Tiberos on the other wing. So if you put Ryan on can't hear you anymore. But if you put Ryan on the other guy, then someone has to guard Ontiveros, like a Jimmy Alapaga or a Castro. But you know, the thing that's impressed me about Cabagnon is that his defense has been really picked up in the last couple of games. He's been able to contain the guards, and that's, I think, been a big key.
All right, well, Coach Tim, we're just going to ask you real quick. Game 5, whoever wins this, do you think will win the title already?
No, I don't think so. I think Game 5 is crucial and gives a leg up. But I think they're going into Game 6 and 7. I've seen so many teams win Game 6 and then win Game 7. So I think the winner of Game 6 is going to be the one that does this.
Miguel, on that note.
Salamat, Patricia. Salamat, Coach Tim. Babalikan po natin sila as we go along. And we're all set para simulan game number 5 of this best of 7 series. Tabla na tayo at 2 games apiece. Parang kailan lang, Quirito, the Talking Tex seem to be in complete control. They seem to be the faster team, the younger team, the more vibrant team. They were ahead 2-0, but that is ancient history now.
Well, Miguel, I really thought that Coach Otto Agustin needed those 2 games to sort of redirect his focus. I think na-realize niya that you cannot beat Talking Tex in a game where you shoot it out against the Texters. You can't engage them in a shootout. You can't engage them in a running battle because Talking Tex just has too many offensive weapons and their bench is just so deep. So I think it took Otto Agustin 2 games to realize that for him to win this series, to win the championship, to turn things around, his team has to play tough defense. And I think that defense is translated into putting a lot of pressure in the backcourt, and as Coach Tim was saying, take away the penetrations, but also clogging the lane, taking away the inside points and the position of the bigs of Talking Tex. And those two things have been major for Coach Ato Agustin. His team has learned how to play tough defense.
Well, Chad Reyes making the big adjustment para dito sa Game 5 as everyone expected. Inserting now Ali Peak and Jason Castro as well as Larry Fonacier in the starting lineup. It really was significant, no? Na obligado na si Chot to try and shake things up para sa tropang Texters.
That's right. Now it's his turn to adjust, and he's made some key adjustments here in the starting lineup. Jimmy Alapag is not starting in this game. It's going to be Jason Castro against Paul Artadi. And, you know, as we were saying, it might be the matchup of Ryan Reyes against Arwin Santos. And that's something we're seeing right here. Giving an opportunity for maybe a Larry Fonacier to go up against Don Ontiveros. So let's see. No, I think it's going to be maybe Fonacier against Santos. Let's see how it is when San Miguel has the ball to find out what kind of adjustments Coach Torres has done defensively.
Si Kelly Williams ang sinabi ni Chad Reyes. In fact, Kelly Williams and Ali Peak were on the floor right now. Sila ang mga nawawala in the past two games of Talking Tex. Kelly Williams, in fact, has not had a monster game since that BMX series.
Well, Kelly Williams really has to step up. And I think that a quality player like Kelly Williams, if his offense is not there, he's going to make up for it in defense. And maybe in rebounding and doing all the little things. And somehow the offense is just going to flow. But here's Paul Artadi, someone who's been very active, especially in the opening minutes of the game. He gets San Miguel started because of his intensity and his quickness.
It seems to have been the lucky charm. Magmula nung nasama sa starting lineup, San Miguel has won the past two games.
That's right. But here in the starting lineup of San Miguel, Coach Ato Agustin has also made a slight change. Ildefonso is not starting. And it's Dorian Peña who's starting.
By the way, Talking Tex in immaculate white, San Miguel in fighting red. A minute is going by here.
I want to check that. No, Ildefonso did start, but there was a quick replacement here. And Dorian Peña is now on the floor, I think, realizing that it's Ali Peak who's playing center, and they will need a big man against a big man. I thought that Coach Ato Agustin thought that Ronnie De Ocampo was going to start at center, so hindi naman nangyari yun. So, nagkaroon ng quick adjustment sa starting lineup.
First 2 points para kay Arwin Santos. First field goal para sa San Miguel Beermen. They're up 3-0 in the early moments of Game 5.
Again, nakita natin yung adjustment ni Arwin Santos in that previous play of San Miguel. He attacked inside. He took that shot from inside a shaded area. He's not going to settle for those outside long bombs. He's going to use his height, his levity, and his ability to penetrate to get closer to the basket.
Shot clock down to 8. Castro. And you know, the penetrating game of Castro was foiled in game number 4, Kinito.
Oh, without a doubt. I think it goes back also to game number 3, when there was a concentrated effort on the part of San Miguel to put pressure on the backcourt men. And from there, if in case the ball goes over past the extended free throw line, then they will clog the lane to take away the inside game of the bigs. So it's been a tough defense. It's been major defensive adjustments on the part of Coach Ato Agustin. But we expect Coach Reyes to come up with major adjustments in this game. And he has done so by tweaking his starting lineup.
Now Artadi picked up his second personnel. And look who's coming off the bench. That's Olsen Racela. And here's Ali Peak. Ali Peak nowhere to go. Outside Ryan Reyes. Shot knock down to 2. Shot knock down to 1. Ryan Reyes fires. And a rebound ends up with Arwin Santos.
Again, the point being that Talking Tex not able to bring the ball close to the basket, had to settle for that outside shot with time running out.
A good look para kay Ontiveros. Wala pa pong puntos ang Talking Tex dito sa opening quarter. Here's Castro on the right side. They swing it over to Fonacier. Fonacier part of the starting unit. Fonacier turns around, no go. Long rebound nakuha ni Ryan Reyes. And here's Castro. They'll give him that shot. And Castro connects.
And for San Miguel, you do not give Jason Castro that kind of a shot. I mean, if he can drill a three-pointer in the last few minutes of game number 4 with the game on the line, he's going to take that shot in the first quarter wide open, even with his eyes closed. I mean, challenge the shot.
Here's Washington. 5 to shoot para sa San Miguel. Ontiveros gets away.
And Alcivares is going to use his quickness against Larry Fonacier. See the matchups that are being